Hey folks, Michael Anthony here. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm up on my rooftop deck. Got a beautiful city view here. Got some green space over here. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, I just wanted to do a short video. This one will just be a few minutes long. And it's a game that you can play with yourself, with your brain. It's specifically to see in action the reticular activating system and how it works. And it's pretty amazing. So this game, I actually learned it from Abraham Hicks. And when I first learned it, I didn't understand why it worked or how it worked. But after learning about the brain and neuroscience and the reticular activating system, then it became quite clear that it was the reticular activating system that caused this to work. So when you first try it, it may seem a little odd, and you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised. So this is what you do. So it's great to do this while you're driving. You pick a 3-4 digit number, and then just keep an eye out for it. Focus on the number, keep the number in your head, and as you're driving, just keep an eye out for it. And when I say keep an eye out for it, I mean look for the number. If it's 4480, look for that number as you're driving. Anywhere you see numbers, it could be on license plates, it could be somebody's address as you're driving by a house or a building. It could be the numbers on a side of a vehicle, numbers on a billboard, anywhere you're seeing numbers. And as you start to focus on this, your reticular activating system starts to kick in, and it realizes that that number is important to you. And it does not matter why this number is important to you. Your brain's not there to analyze that. But your brain is going to realize that it is important because you're focused on it and you're looking for it. The next thing you know, like magic, the number suddenly appears, and it usually happens fairly quickly. Now, I've done this dozens of times, and it works almost every single time within just a few minutes. And I think it's going to depend on how much you focus on it and how much effort you're putting into it. If you don't believe it's going to happen, then that could play some sort of nocebo effect on you. But just focus on the number. Get excited that you're going to see that number potentially. And you will be pleasantly surprised. The first time I tried it, I remember it vividly. We were going to pick up our dog at the kennel. We had been away on a trip, and the number that I chose randomly was 1219, and that was the first time I was ever trying this. And we had just a few minutes until we were actually at the kennel. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try this, until we get to the kennel just to see what happens. And so I chose the number 1219. I start looking for it. Within a minute, within 60 seconds, I saw the number 1220. And it was on a mailbox as we were driving down the road, and I was like blown away. Now, I didn't see 1219, and it was probably on the other side of the road, and I just didn't look. But I was very surprised and excited because it actually worked. My subconscious mind drew me to 1220, which was very close. Now, the next several times I did it, I actually saw the actual number, and it was always a 3 or 4 digit number that I chose. And it was kind of amazing, and it gives you a little bit of a dopamine hit because it's exciting. And it's a great way for you to understand how the reticular activating system works, and you see proof of it when that happens. So try it out. It's fun to do while you're driving. It's a nice little technique to make you more self-aware, more aware of the power of your brain, the power of your mind, and the power of your focus. And if we expand on this technique, this little game, think of how amazing your life could be if your brain is capable of making you aware of things that you would have never been aware of otherwise by focusing on things that you really want, focusing on solid emotions, focusing on confidence, joy, and happiness, focusing on the things you truly want, like visualizing and seeing things you really want, whether it's an amazing relationship, more money, a better job, being successful in business, having your own business, whatever it might be. Just imagine that if you really started to focus and meditate and visualize on these things that you really do want, you are telling your brain that they are important, and you're focusing on them. Now, you're not focusing on what you don't want, which is what most people do. They focus on all the negative things they don't want. They worry, they fear. And there's a lot of conditioning behind that, so sometimes it's hard to get away from that. But if you start doing the opposite, think about what you focus on what you want, see what you want, visualize what you want, really dwell on it, feel the emotions of having it, then your subconscious mind is going to start to synchronistically make you aware of things that maybe you weren't aware of before. certain people or situations, circumstances, events, just intuitive guides towards something that's going to get you closer to what you want. So that's the power behind just trying this little game. It's a good stepping stone to build more awareness, and it's a great technique to offer you proof of how the reticular activating system works. So I also do this with, I started doing this with my wife at one point, where every time I'd see a 3-digit time on the clock, I would get excited and I would tell her, oh, look, you know, it's 11:11 or 3:33, right? And that kind of started because we had stayed at this resort in Aruba that we absolutely love. We've been there a few times, and one of our rooms was 333, so it kind of started with that as a game, and so we started seeing 333 everywhere. And now we kind of point out every time we see those common numbers, 222, 1111, 444, whatever it might be. But now the thing is, we notice it all the time because our brain was like, wow, it's important for them to see those numbers, so they appear. We just happen to look at the clock at the right time, or look at our phone, or whatever. It's just fun, right? It's a fun little game to play. But the whole point of doing this is that you are training yourself to realize that you have the power to change your life, to lead your life, to create your life. And the reticular activating system is a very powerful way of doing that, by utilizing the power of your mind and your brain. So good luck, have fun, have a great day, be exceptional.